All right, so today's short adventure is for a really big car, especially if you're in the Mustangs. In the Mustang world, you know of this car. Headed down to CJ Pony Parts. I'm gonna go in the showroom there. I'll set up my camera and just video pulling it out of there, loading it up, and then once I get it back, I'll go over the car in some more detail and a little bit of history on the car that I know of. I used to work at CJ's, so I've been around this car for a long time. So let's pick up the car. Okay, so it's back in the shop. I'm beyond excited and just honored to be able to be the person that restores this car behind me. I'm sure a bunch of people know of this car. They've seen it. It is the car that was down at CJ Pony Parts, as you can see there, pulling it out of the showroom. Just a quick backstory, if people don't know of me, of what I started out as. I was one of their techs down at CJ Pony Parts. It was actually my first job, senior year of high school, 2008. That dates myself of how old I am now, but 2008 to 2013, I worked there in their shop when they had a shop doing restorations, and that's where I learned all the stuff that I've learned, you know, kicked off all of that career for me of doing this stuff. So without working at CJ's, I'm sure I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing or where I'm at right now. So I definitely owe a lot to the knowledge that I picked up there, all the guys that were in the shop with me, that I learned off of. It couldn't have been any better. But now to present day, I know the owner from working there, and I asked him what he was wanting to do with this car someday, and one thing led to another, and here we are. I'm gonna restore it. So it is a 66 Shelby GT350. You can see it was a drag car of some sort back in the day. It is a PA car from what I know, and it's just been sitting like this for a long time. Bullet holes and everything. If you've never seen the car down at CJ's, you can see just all the bullet holes that were shot in the car on this side. I mean, it goes through a lot of it. And you can see it is pretty rusty, but it's not extremely terrible like a lot of the stuff that I've done on my channel here. You've seen me take complete basket cases. This is just a medium rare basket case. It does need pretty much all the outside metal that you can see, especially all the stuff on this side with all those holes in it. There's rust on the bottom of everything, and then it's got all those bullet holes all through the top and dents. Stuff was banged up. So yeah, doors, quarters, fenders. From what I'm looking at, it's going to need a roof too. All of the pinch on both sides and some of going around is rusted out. So that stuff's going to have to get peeled off. The car will get disassembled the rest of the way, blasted before I start on it. But you're going to see all this unfold on the channel. I will document as much as I can off of doing this car from sheet metal start to finish, from whenever it turnkey out the shop. The good thing with this car is a lot of the firewall forward is good metal, being structural stuff. The front rails are really nice. Shock towers, the aprons are pretty nice. There may just need a patch or two, and some of that there is a hole that you can see down through there on that driver's side. So, but like that, I'll patch that so I can save the panels. As much as that stuff that I can save on the front end here, I will. The upper cowl, I'm thinking once I get it blasted, I'll be able to reuse that. But I'm going to pull it off to get to the lower cowl to address that situation down underneath of that. This side's not as bad looking, but it is just as bad. You can see the huge massive hole right there through the center of that one. But it needs the same as the other side. And then rockers are what look to be pretty nice. The other side needs a patch on the other back of the rocker. I like to use original rockers if I can. They are a lot nicer shaping than the new stuff. But you can see it had a floor pan patch on this side a long time ago. And that pan's gone. You can see it's gone through the transition. There's been a lot of patchwork in that transition panel also. So it's going to get one of the big one-piece Supreme floors. That'll make all that work go quicker, a lot easier. It's all one piece put together. I've done a bunch of them. They fit really well. Because you can see that back in the trunk here. All the trunk floors are gone, and drop-offs. All that stuff's pretty rough. So it needs the one-piece floor. It'll get a trunk lid, taillight panel. I'm hoping I can reuse this rear window panel. The shaping on this is a lot nicer. This channel in here on these original panels is more of a 90 than what the reproduction ones are. So it looks decent. It's just once you get that lead out of the seam here to see how that looks underneath it, to see how bad it is. But yeah, super cool car. Like I said, GT350. It's got some little bit of back history to it, but it's just been sitting dead in the water for a long time. One thing I'm looking to see, I want to tear apart take out the gauge cluster. I'll have a video next of just disassembling what's left on this car, but I want to take out that gauge cluster because sometimes there is a build sheet that's stuck to the wire harness behind that. A lot of times it can depend on what plant it came out of. So just interested to see if something you can get lucky and something's behind that. It don't look like it was actually taken out before. But I'm going to lift it up in the air, just look at the bottom side, and yeah, let's put it up in the air. So just looking at the underside, like I said, the front end is actually real nice shape yet. Frame rails, a lot of times they start rotting out at this front section. I believe this side is a little bit, it's bubbling there. So I'll just patch that area. But like I said, it's gonna get blasted, so it'll clean all that stuff up along with these rad support brackets, and everything's gonna get cleaned up. So I'll see what I'm starting with, and it'll puncture through anything that's kind of just a fragile, weak spot. But even the bottom of the shock towers, they're super nice. Surprisingly nice on the front side of it. Even the floor supports there. I mean, they're not bubbling out or pushing or anything through here, so that's a really good sign. So I'll be able to use frame rails, floor supports, all those aprons and shock towers, firewall down into the bottom. You can see where it was patched in there before, and you can see the rust starting up on this side. I'll just do toe boards just as much up as I need to, and try and blend that in, that little piece. But then I'm going to use the one-piece floor, which will cover the whole thing backwards, and then there won't be any patchwork done. You won't see splices like how this is done, so it'll look the way it's supposed to. That's one thing that I like about replacing full panels like that. So that'll take care of this whole bottom side, and then coming back into spots like this for this car. The Shelbys, they had that double reinforcement along with the GT cars for the dual exhaust hangers, which you can see the brackets still hanging on that one. So that stuff will get back in, put back in, and if they're not any good, which they are thicker steel, usually they hold up. I believe someone makes them new also. So that stuff will go back in, but it'll go back to the way it was supposed to be, back to original. So yeah, just rusty, dirty. It's a little spidered into everything, but overall, I mean, just an awesome car. Like I said, I'm looking forward to doing it. And I'm gonna put everything here on the channel. You can see start to finish of this whole car being done. I'm gonna be back on these videos pretty hard, especially with this car, but also with some of the other cars like the Mach 1 here. That's getting done here next, sheet metal. And I have the 67 coupe, which is getting this. I actually pulled it off of this the other day. Shorts performance, full frame with a Gen 3 Coyote 6-speed, Boss 302. There's lots to work on, so I'll be dancing around a little bit, but sheet metal is next here. The green car that was in here just left to go get a custom interior made for it. I believe he wants all leather stuff made up for it, so that's off to get that done. So I'm going to crank out some sheet metal jobs and a bunch of sheet metal videos for you to see on 3 cars: the 67 coupe sheet metal, the Shelby sheet metal, and the 72 Mach 1 sheet metal. So stay tuned for all that. I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you like this. I'm excited and ready to go on it. So see you in the next video.